Finally guys, the Drive Syndicate 8 arrived featuring a different Devel 16, or at least compared to what we used to know, some changes and most importantly, a way longer time to complete the event as a whole. With nothing else to add, let's begin with the showcase. First of all, I will be clear, with all due respect to those inside of Gameloft that, carefully develop the Drive Syndicate lore and that stuff, if I'm playing this event is to gold the Devel 16. Plain and simple, so don't expect me to pay too much attention to the lore in this or any upcoming videos because my main goal is completely different. So let's get into the event itself. Honestly, the structure is the same as on the previous syndicates, just that this time we can get some season tokens in the rewards and that stuff. Also, for the first time in any Drive Syndicate, we can see what it seems to be offers featuring epic import parts of the new cars, which, well, is interesting, at least in the Vision's case. Aside from that, the whole event remains the same, but now let's go on a spin around the new track. Hey, don't expect the best laps as I have never played on this track before, but I can tell you that the design is fairly simple with not, extremely sharp corners. What I have realized is that there are many changes in the height, but I will get into that later. For the first chapter, we get the chance to test at Gold Max Devel 16, which, as many of you guys might have realized already, is slightly different from what we could see in the new update patch notes, since the car you can see on the game has an acceleration of 81.4 points once it's fully golden, which is way lower than the acceleration we could see on the patch notes images, which was around 86 points. But anyways, all of that was due to an error while making the patch notes, because the patch notes Devel stats were from a beta where the acceleration was basically fake, so now we can say that the car has real acceleration in the game. Digging a bit deeper into the Devel 16's performance, on this track I realized that the acceleration it has right now is not fake. In ground it's perfectly fine, faster than the Hennessy Venom F5. The problem is that if you take a ramp, this car may take a bit more to accelerate on air than it does on the ground, so I will assume this is a bug. It's, not intentional, because it can be a bit annoying sometimes as it feels like slowing down while being in the air. Also, it has funny physics from time to time, but once again, I'm pretty sure it's because the car has just been released and minor inconveniences will be fixed in the future. Also, you need to keep in mind that this car top speed is not meant to be developed and maintained through the tracks, except, maybe extremely straight tracks like, for example, Himalayas or, certain Norway sections, so that kinda explains the nitro duration it has and the way it feels while drifting, which for me, it kinda resembles a pre-nerf Imola. I'm not gonna lie, if they fix certain physics error the car has, I'm sure I will enjoy driving this car a lot. I have to admit that my first impressions about the new track and the current Drive Syndicate as a whole are fairly good, but of course, time will say as I start playing the Drive Syndicate, because as for now, I can't play since the update didn't arrive to the Microsoft Store version. But it is what it is, I guess. I will only have to wait a bit more. But now it's your turn, guys. Let me know your first impressions about the Drive Syndicate and the final Devel 16 performance. As for now, if you are planning to go for the Batista special event instead of focusing on the Drive Syndicate per se, and of course, make sure to subscribe and drop your like. And I will see you really soon, as usual, with much more Asphalt 9 content. Goodbye, guys.
A body, body, a body, body, feel it in my body.